What is up, MFers? Hope you guys are having, I don't know, the best day of your entire life. Woke up this morning, got a little bit of work done, and actually a little quicker than I thought I would. Decided it was time that I get out and get back to doing a little bit of pond fishing from the bank. So I made out to this sexy little lake right here. Fished a couple times lately, but I kind of came back with some different tackle, some stuff that's worked in the past, but I tweaked things a little bit. I've been coming here a little bit and I kind of get an idea what the fish want. So I'm gonna try some different baits today and hopefully be able to catch more fish and bigger fish. I have yet to catch a big one from here, but this lake seems to be loaded with like 2 to 3 pound fish. So let me get down to the water. Sexy beautifulness awaits me, and I'll show you guys what I brought for tackle today and what I'll be throwing. All right, so just got down here and noticed that the water is pretty stained today. We still got a little bit of grass, but it looks like most of like the hydrilla in there and some of the scummy green stuff has died and kind of gone away. So, but that's okay though, because we did bring some baits for some more off-colored water. Show you guys a little bit what I brought. Brought my crankbait rod today. I wanted to try something different. The movement crankbait, muddy water, a lot of bluegill in this area. That dude, that color right there has been the deal for me, and I think it'll be the ticket today. Also got the brand new 6 Sense. This is the, I think it's called the sawgrass jig. It's not quite out yet. It's like a heavy grass punching, flipping style jig. Pumped to get that out, try that a little bit. Of course, brought my my swim jig. This is the secret illegal swim jig. I'm gonna be careful, make sure the game parks doesn't see me throwing it. But yeah, we're gonna throw that guy quite a bit today because it crushed him here before. And of course, I couldn't come to a grassy off-court lake without my frog rod here in the middle of summer. As far as tackle, brought way too much. We got a bag full of plastics, we got crankbaits, terminal tackle, and of course swim jigs, frogs, stuff like that. Just my typical summer bank fishing stuff, but I'm gonna get a couple, I think, darker baits tied on with this much off-colored water. Now let's get to sticking some slaunches. Let's figure these guys out today. I'm pretty jacked to be out here. All right, I'm at first gonna start somewhere where we've caught them in the past. You know, when you come to a lake, you wanna figure out what the fish are biting on the day. It's always good to start somewhere you get some confidence in. Tied on the black poppin' frog because we got a little bit of chop today, and we definitely have some off-colored water. Perfect conditions for this this black poppin' frog, especially because the sun's out. It's the middle of the day right now, so I would think a lot of the fish would be tucked up in some of this thicker grass. But yeah, let's catch some. There we go. There we go. Frogged this whole area. Then I started punching the grass a little bit because it's pretty thick. Nothing. And then I tied on the old movement square bill, threw it around a couple times, and pa-pow. I mean, this is like textbook, like 1 to 2 foot visibility, nice stain in the water, a lot of shallow grass, nice shallow lake. Absolutely perfect for this bait right here. Man, that guy freaking got it. He was not coming off. I could have let him swim around for like 2 to 3 years. He still would have had this stuck in his mouth. I'm glad I didn't break him off. He would have had some new jewels. All right, first fish on the movement. Get him back into the slop. There he goes. Sick. Maybe we're onto something. Let's keep throwing this guy around and see what happens. Well, guys, so far the lake has been a big old pile of turds. Besides one fish, we've only caught one. I had another one kind of swiping my frog, so we switched sides of the lake. Time to see if there's better fishing over here. I actually talked to this older gentleman, an MFer, so say what's up to that guy. He told me to come over here, check this out. He says he's been catching some over here lately, so we came over here and we're gonna see if we can catch some here lately. Okay. That was sick. I just watched this fish come up and eat it. Not a big one, but hey, dude, relax. I was just reeling my little movement crankbait right against this only hard piece of cover on the entire lake, and I stopped it and I watched him come out and just swirl right by the bank. Not a big one, but cool little bite, I suppose. There we go. Finally. What the hell do we got here? It is big. Just a bass. Acts like he'd never been caught before. Maybe he hasn't. Finally, biggin'. That's a 3+ pounder right there. Picked up the old swim jig. Was slowly crawling it. Got this guy. 2 bite. Not a giant, but I will definitely take him today. It has been beyond tough so far. But I just moved over to the dam, and dams are always safe for a couple fish. I'm hoping for more than a couple fish though. Swim jig might be the deal again today, guys. All right, so we got 2 in the movement. It's the second one on the swim jig. Not a big one like last one, but 6 cents movement, 6 cents swim jig. I'm gonna try to hide this from the Game and Parks Commission because I told you guys this secret little 6 cent swim jig. So effective. Well guys, it is middle of the day. It's hot, sticky, wrong time of the day. The fish do not want to bite today. Every bite's been really tough, and to make matters worse, we only got about an hour that we got left to fish today, and we only got 4 under our belt. Now we got 2 on the swim jig and 2 on the movement. And with the swim jig, I've had to like just crawl that thing along the bottom, kind of pop out of the grass to get the bites. And with the movement, you know, the first one was a reaction bite. The second one was kind of fluky. It was when I was pulling on the water. So I'm thinking the fish don't really want to move around very much, which makes sense this time of day. Maybe they want something more on the bottom. So I just did exactly that to capitalize. I tied on a 10-inch worm. I'm not sure if this is going to actually work. 10-inch worm's a great bait no matter what size body of water you're fishing on or what size fish you're fishing for. I've caught 8-inch fish on that, I've caught 8-pound fish on that, and everything in between. So I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll drag that along kind of on the first break and the weed edge and see if we can get some bites on that, or a creature bait or some other type of slower moving plastic. I actually just talked to a MFer in town from Texas that watches my videos. He's in here in Nebraska now, obviously. Crazy seeing people from all over the country that watch my videos, but I appreciate every single one of you that do that. Props to him for saying hi to me if you ever see me on the water. Like I always tell you guys, say hi to me. But yeah, we don't got much time to fish, so let's get back to fishing and let's figure something out. It's been super tough lately, but every time I say that I'm not gonna give up and I keep grinding, I usually catch a couple more fish. So let's go do exactly that. There we go. Finally one. Ooh, that's a good one. Come here, bud. I was just about to put down the old 10-inch worm, and Mr. Fish here decides he's gonna chew on it. Another one, probably, I don't know, 17, close to 18 inches, thick one. Thick wan, we'll call him. This is wan, thick wan. Fatty, summer fish. Pa-pow, on the 10-inch worm. Just stroking it up off the bottom. He caught it on the way down, and it was swimming sideways, and I set the hook and caught him. Rocket science. Well, first light kind of sucked. Definitely the wrong time of the day. And I'm kind of pressed for time, so I gave it as long as I could and then ended up just taking off. But I don't want to cut you guys short with only a few fish catches. I'm not going to stop the video right there. I have another a little tiny fire pond in mind that I want to go try out. So let's hop in the car and I will catch you guys there. All right guys, here we are, the giant pond. Me and Max caught some this spring here and it was loaded. Haven't been back since, haven't fished at all in the summer. I mean, it's a tiny pond. But we got some good grass. We got some grass on the edge, and I don't know, it's not very big. Brought my frog rod, brought my swim jig rod, brought my shallow crankbait rod. Hopefully one of those 3 can do the trick. Okay. Oh. Well, that was a good little blow up. I heard him actually swim over there from the side. I'd say he wanted it pretty damn bad. I was just about to say, man, I can't believe I haven't had a frog bite. This stuff looks too freaking good to not have any fish in it. And then I get a bite. So, yeah. Wasn't very big though. Sick though. I can tell it's only like a foot deep right there. And they're underneath that cheesy deliciousness. Hell yeah. Not a big one. I've caught. Okay, come back, buddy. Oh, God. We got ourselves a hunchback fish. What the hell? Caught a derp fish last time out. Caught a hunchback this time out. That is insane. Throw them back before I catch something. I actually caught one that looked similar to that. I don't think it was that fish. I think it was bigger, but I caught it this spring in here. I think maybe it's because the pond is so small. There are like a lot of inbreeding or some nastiness going on, but hey, a fish is a fish, and it's cool to see him come slurp a frog out of this thick of duckweed, mossy grossness. Oh, that one's bigger. Okay, that's a tank, if I can get him. All right, I would say our size increased just there, guys. Oh my God, they are loaded in this, and it can't be more than a couple inches deep. Look at that one, guys. Look how fat that fish is. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Hell yes. I mean, I don't know, I'm like speechless. I was about to turn my camera off. That was absolutely badass. Like that fish can't be in more than a foot of water. There's no freaking way. Okay, there's some tanks in here. So I just switched up to this this regular style frog. I had a poppin' frog on, but the regular style frog, since it's got a pointed nose, it gets through this super thick matted stuff way better, and it compresses down more. This thing weighs more, and it's a better bait to throw right now. And a lot of people are afraid to do this. This is like 3 in the afternoon. This is the middle of the day, the worst possible time. But that's some of the best times when you can go fish stuff that looks like this, cheesy mats. Like people think you can only catch topwater frogfish, topwater everything fish in the morning. You're definitely mistaking yourselves if you don't come check some of this stuff out that looks like this in the middle of the afternoon, if it's in the middle of the summer, especially if you got a lot of bugs around. You know, bugs bring bait fish. And yeah, big old slaunch donkeys like I just caught there. That was insane. That's a giant fish for this tiny pond. Yeah, we're gonna give that little area a rest right there. I think, I mean, catching 2 or 3 fish, especially that big one out of that one little tiny spot there, probably spooked a couple. And that's kind of what was happening this spring when I'd catch them on a lipless bait. But I suppose let's go ahead and check and see if the lead old Mr. Crankbait out here on the big old giant main pond lake thing. Good God. About got the rod tore out of my hand. That's good. Don't know how he didn't get hooked. It's like I ran into a bowling ball. I mean, I don't know why there'd be bowling balls in the bottom of the lake, or if I ran into, okay, it's like I ran into like a brick wall, not a bowling ball. A bowling ball can get dropped when it's a topwater. All right, I'm done. What the heck? That fish like didn't even fight. I was just pulling him in. It wasn't even that small one either. They got wise to my frog over in the thick stuff, and they wouldn't eat the swim jig. I had one crush the movement and just not get it. So I'm just gonna fish around, I think the edge of this grass, the whole pond quick, to see if we can pick some off like that guy. I don't know, he seemed confused. I don't think these fish get fished for very much. He's like, because he bit and didn't even know he was supposed to fight. This is so freaking fun, catching them like a foot off the shore. But that's, I mean, that's where they're gonna be. They're not gonna be out in the middle of the lake when it's hot outside and the sun's high in the sky. They're gonna be right underneath the mat. God dang it. Oh. MFers, you ever catch the biggest fish, maybe one of the biggest fish, you know, in the lake, in a small body of water, and you swear that you throw the thing back and it goes and it tells all its friends, don't bite, be very careful with anything you eat. Well, I think that might have just happened. I threw that big one back, and granted, I gave it a big curse splash because I wanted to get them away from the bank. I wanted to throw them back in some deeper water. And after that, those fish were freaking careful. It was tough after that. I wanted to flip that punching jig, that 6 cents punching jig, that new one. It's not out yet, but it will be out soon. I wanted to flip it in there, but I left it in the car, and I was too lazy to go back, and I don't know, I just fished all the way around it, got a bunch more blow-ups on the frog, but they were just like rolling on it, snapping at it, didn't really want it. That's kind of the way it went today, but regardless, we caught fish. I can't complain. You know, it's been tough. It's been really tough lately, but I'd rather it be tough and be 90 degrees outside than be really tough and have it be 10 degrees outside, like I'm sure it will be in like 5 or 6 months here. I'm not looking forward to that happening again. But hot bait for the day, definitely caught a couple on the swim jig, caught a couple on the frog, including the big one. Big fish of the day was on the topwater frog and the mat. Always fish those thickest mats in the area in the middle of the day in the summer. You can get some bites like that. Caught a couple on the 10-inch worm, and then I caught a couple on the movement. Yeah, the movement, swim jig, 10-inch worm, and frog. Those were definitely hot bites today. But yeah, like I was saying, it's been pretty tough lately, so I think I'm probably going to switch some things up for the next couple videos. Maybe do some different species stuff, maybe do catch and cook stuff. I got some ideas, and I got some a couple places I want to get out of town, get to as well. And I especially need to get Mr. the Zark back on the videos. But thanks for hanging around and watching this one, guys. Please go subscribe down below if you haven't already for more content like this one and a whole bunch of other random fishing nonsense. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching this video. I'm out of here. Peace!
I'm not sorry. I can't help this love like mine. I'm not sorry. I can't stop with a love like mine.